Good morning, everybody. Dumelang sanbonan apsheni goeiemorgen kunjani. Yes, I do my video in the mornings because when I wake up, I know myself. I wake up with a good vibe, good spirit. So I want to transfer that vibe to you guys. As we all know, I don't waste time. I don't do that in my videos. So as we all know, that yesterday was a Father's Day. So everybody on social media was like, happy Father's Day to you, Dad. You've been there for me, ABC. Especially celebrities. They were like all over social media. Speaking of sending out a Father's Day message, I didn't send a message to anybody. When I say anybody, I mean nobody. But I'm cool. I'm good because it's a story for another day, right? Okay. We actually, when I take videos, I use my phone for now, so we don't know what the future holds for me. So I'm using my phone, so whatever I decide to talk about, I take notes and write everything down. So that's why I always have this piece of paper with me. So today, I feel like, let me focus on AKA. We all know AKA is a South African rapper, talented rapper, right? Super mega. Like he was that super mega, like, and we know him that he likes to be the center of attention, like all over social media, whether he's doing something good or bad, but he just wants to be there. People must talk about him, and he gets that. He wins because obviously we are going to talk about him, whatever it is that he's doing. Obviously we're going to be opinionated about it. So he actually wrote, let me put it this way, a letter. I decided to put it that way on his social media. We know AKA just lost his wife recently, I would say a few months ago. We all know the story. I'm not gonna pick up all the details because I don't think we have time to listen to something that we already know about. He lost his wife, and it was something very huge that everybody out there was like talking, like, how we are as people. When something doesn't happen to us, we have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to say. Mind you, we ourselves, we're not perfect either. We ourselves are not perfect either. We have our own problems. It's just that we are not famous, so our problems are not out there. So it was like that. So I'm not saying whatever it is that happened because he lost his wife, that okay, I'm not taking anybody's side. But what I'm trying to say is, I know the kind of people that we are. We will talk and talk and talk. Okay? In as much he did a statement, saying all those things like that, it was not his fault or whatsoever. But then today we are not there. We are talking about the Father's Day. So he wrote a letter on his IG page. So the letter goes like this. Let me read for you guys. Father's Day was very difficult for me. Difficult because as much as I have lost you, as a father, I cannot even imagine what it feels like to lose a child, especially someone as amazing as you. This is the last picture I took of you, and this is how I choose to remember you. I pray for your family every single day, as I do for me. We miss you so much, Anele, so much. Everything reminds me of you. So when I actually read this letter, I won't lie to you guys, I really felt sorry for him. I could understand what he is going through. I could understand the pressure that he's facing. Like, the whole world is like talking about him, about what he did, not like trusting him. Maybe he's the reason this happened, that happened. But to be honest with you guys, each and every day he remembers his wife. Whatever it is that happened, we don't know. But if ever he was the reason for whatever it is that happened, I know that now he feels sorry because it was not in his intentions to for the outcome to be that bad. If it was him, if he is involved in, like, in the death of his wife, like, I really feel for him, like, for him to even write such touching words about her late wife, that this is the last picture I took of you, that I even pray for your family as much as I pray for me. And when he says everything around me reminds me of you, I can see he is telling the truth. These people, they were staying together, they were in love, they had their arguments, they had their fights. Every little single thing that is actually, even if he sees a cup right there in the cupboard, he will like, this is the cup Anel was using. I feel it's not easy for him, guys. It's so not easy. I know it's difficult. And for him to, I don't even think actually he will forget, because speaking of the experience, when you lose somebody that you love the most, you cannot just put it aside and be like, oh, okay, it happened, like, so now let me move on. Yes, you move on doing some other things, but then to say, okay, I'm gonna forget about the person and focus on the future and focus on what's coming next, focusing on my album, no. Because for the fact that he was in studio, like, listening to this track that he's actually doing, he is actually making, it was about her as well. So I feel like he's a man. He's not going to express his feelings like the way us women do. Us, we can talk non-stop. We can let you know right now how we feel, how we're going to handle this. He's a man. His emotions are different. So I feel like, in as much as us South Africans, some of us, they were angry, like saying, AKA knows the reason of the wife, why the wife died. Maybe he could be the one who pushed her, he could be the one who did this and that. But I think now it's time for us to let go. I'm pleading you guys. I think it's time for us to let go. Let him now be himself. Let him focus on other things. Let him try to work hard, so he can, like, he cannot keep thinking about. Imagine if he stays home the whole day. There's nothing else he's gonna think about except thinking about Anele, his late wife. It's so disturbing. It's so depressing. It's a trauma, guys. So he deserves to go out there. Because I even remember he was even quiet on social media for the longest time after the funeral, and people were like, okay, he's quiet. Like, what do you expect him to do? Like, from the funeral, in as much as there were a lot of things that were said out there, so still when he comes back from the funeral and start being active on social media, still we were gonna talk. Now he was like taking a step back from the social media, still we were talking. And then his first video, when he came back and we're like, oh, okay, I'm back, still it was something else. Because I remember this video of him, like, I'm gonna put the letter that he actually wrote on social media somewhere here, so that you all guys can also see it, so that you can not think maybe I'm just reading something that I have created myself. So we all need some proofs at some point. So yeah, you want to see the letter, you see that? So yeah, so what I'm saying to you guys now, let's all forgive each other. Let's all give each other a second chance. Nobody is perfect. We have our own problems. We have our skeletons in our cupboard. So for the fact that nobody knows about them, like, it's not like we are winning. Let's let him breathe. So AKA, I feel what you're going through. I know when you say, I know, I can imagine how it is as a father to lose a child. I know you're actually talking to Anela's father. It's not easy. It's so not easy. Because you as a father as well, you know it won't be easy to lose your own daughter. Do you understand? So people should understand that it's not easy for you either. So it's so not easy. So I'm pleading you guys, let's just bear with him. He is human. He makes mistakes. He deserves second chances. So we can all move on and have a better life. And thank you so much for taking your time and listening to my video. Bye bye. I love you guys.